what's up, everybody, and welcome to the Unapologetically Daphnique Podcast. I'm Daphnique Springs, and today's guest is Miss Treasure Thompson.
Hello.
And today's topic is, could you date your friend's ex?
I think it would depend.
Oh, so you think it depends?
I do. I think it depends. I mean, especially with certain age groups. I think it's levels to it, personally.
It's levels to dating a friend's ex.
Yes.
Okay, I feel like one thing a lot of people forget about is that it's different levels of friendships. The first level is strangers, which means I don't know you, I don't owe you nothing. The second is acquaintances. So that means I know you. That's it. That's it. That's where it starts. That's where it ends. The next one is close friend. I know you.
Right.
And then the last one is intimate.
Okay. Well, I guess those are the versions that's in the dictionary, or maybe that's the versions that somebody else have.
I feel like a white person wrote that.
Maybe. I don't really think that that's the version that I grew up on.
Yeah.
The version that I grew up on is, I know you. I know who you are. No, let me back that up. I know who you are. I know you. We be kicking it. And nah, you my bitch. Like, no, you my bitch. We sisters now. So like that's just how it is. So it's definitely levels to it.
It is levels to it. And you know, sometimes black people, we could be real territorial.
Very. I know I'm definitely
So basically me knowing you is close and intimate enough.
Yes, pretty much.
But I also feel deep down in my soul that it's a such thing as soul ties, right? And so sometimes your husband could be with your friend. Because y'all's two souls are twin flames and they're meant to be together. It's just, he just happened to meet her first, but he needed to meet her in order to meet you.
Okay, so that's okay. You're saying so twin flame friend, like this is no, my girl that we do everything
No, she's
together?
not my twin flame. Her the person she's dating is.
Okay, but how would you find out that is your twin flame unless you're doing something completely scandalous? So that's where your friendship lines actually really come into play, and that's where you start to decide, well, what type of friend am I to this person? Like, because I'm kind of feeling her dude, but how do you even get to that level with certain friends? That's why I'm saying, people, you gotta watch yourself.
I'm just making excuses for hoes. That's all I'm doing at this point. Is these hoes need excuses?
No.
And I'm making excuses for them.
Listen, hoes gonna
But
be
I don't
hoes.
look at my friends' boyfriends at all, or husbands at all. You never have to worry about me ever crossing that line. I wouldn't do that. But I have been in a position where I dated a guy and then realized, you know what? I wouldn't date this person, but I feel like he's a good enough person. I don't want to be with you anymore, but you're good enough to pass along to a friend and that you guys can maybe have some love together. I'm okay with that, long as I'm completely over you. Now, if I still have feelings and feel like it could work out, or I may want to come back, then hell no, you can't have them. But if I feel like, you know, have you ever dated somebody and you just completely over them?
I have a baby father that I am completely over, and I would try to hook him up with someone. So I definitely get you on that aspect. Like, I mean, when it's someone who is, you're just like, I don't want that person. I mean, I was there at one point in time, but as of right now, I'm just not there with that person anymore. And I wish them the best in life. And I mean, it was cool, just not cool for me. But I think even still with that just even may be a little bit too touchy with certain scenarios. But how the world is today, I don't really think that these girls got any boundaries. I see, especially when you're looking at certain industries and different things, because you see like the basketball players, they all pass around the same girls.
It's the same girls in the circle.
It's the same girls.
And the next one, a wifer.
Yeah, exactly.
And marry her.
Exactly. And it's a repeated cycle. And I'm like, it's so many women out here. Why is it that all of the men in the industry have to date the same women? But that's just like in neighborhoods. This guy then slept with this girl, and 4 or 5 people then slept with the same person. But that's where you become coochie cousins.
Yeah.
Like I be telling people, I'm like, look, we coochie cousins. Yeah, we didn't fuck the same person. We coochie cousins. You know what I'm saying? Even if we not friends.
You can come over sometimes and watch Netflix.
Yeah, I mean, we chilling. You know, now we cousins.
But also, I feel like sometimes men don't get invested in relationships sometimes as women. So I felt like I've known guys before that they dated the same girl and they ain't tripping over that. Like, they're never going to let that get in the way of their friendship. But women, it's just like, once I'm with you, I own you. I own your soul for life. You can't ever be with anybody that I remotely know because I own your soul and it belongs to me. And I keep it right here in my pocket. I got a whole bunch of souls right here in my pocket, and they can't be with nobody else but me.
I think that might be generational too. Like, it's just certain degrees to certain women, because I was looking at something and I think it was the City Girls. They were having a conversation on the show that they were on, and a girl in the audience or something had asked them how long
after you're with someone
you
can
saw
you
that.
date
Yeah,
them?
so you saw that, and I was like, I mean, and even you saw the girls. They was like, "Excuse me, where you from?" Like, the first thing they said, they're like, "Where you from?" And it was crazy. She said she was from California.
Yeah.
As soon as she said,
I was like, "This sound like some Cali stuff."
I said, "This is."
But let's also be real. Okay, so we're talking about these two girls, the City Girls. So one of the City Girls is dating. She's talking about on the first date how she got $50,000. The other one talking about how she got like $100,000 in furniture. Of course, you don't never want to let a soul like that go. You want to always have that in your back pocket.
Never.
But if you dating Joe Smo down the street and he in his mama's basement, you don't care who date him.
I mean, I might don't care who date him, but if I was hitting him raw, none of my friends better not go back after him. It's just law. It's an unwritten law. We ain't got to talk about it. If you you know what? Because like I said, it's levels to it. If you've been in fuck that. If you have my phone number, even if you got it from somebody third party, or
not
however,
if you got it from somebody. Yes. If you know a digit in my phone number.
If my number is stored in your phone, if you got caller ID, and when I call you, my number pops up. Don't play with me. That's serious to me now. So yes, it's definitely levels to it for sure.
Okay, so although I said I'll never cross the line with anybody like that, because that's just not my character. I'm not so consumed with other people's man and what they got going on. But I will say this, what happens when the friendship is over? So if you like, yo, I don't fuck with her no more. Is the people that she dated up for grabs? If you meet them and you maybe meet the guy, you run into him at the mall, your ex-friend's ex, and y'all start to communicate off of how much y'all hated that bitch, and then y'all build a relationship, and the next day you know you pregnant and married, does that count?
I mean, it sounds like it was fate to me. So I mean, with that scenario,
not fate.
that scenario just sounded like fate. I mean, because if I could honestly say if no wires were crossed in the actual friendship when you had that friend, then I don't see nothing wrong with it. Like, if you cross paths with an ex of an ex-friend and now y'all are, an item, I personally think that it's all fair game. I don't owe you anything anymore. I do not owe you any respect. I do not owe you no loyalty, and vice versa. So I would not expect for you to do the same with me. I wouldn't care, because now we're not even on that level now.
Okay, so this happened to me. I did date a friend. Well, I went out with a couple of times with a friend's ex. So when she had came out here to LA, she had came with a group of guys or whatever, and she was like, "Oh yeah, girl, it's gonna be these guys. They got that." She sent me pictures of them and everything. She was like, "Yeah, so you could talk to whoever you want," but she didn't tell me she used to date the one guy. She never communicated that. Well,
that's not your fault.
So me and him started vibing, and she got mad because she probably was like, maybe he wouldn't like her, but when he started to like me, then she was like, "Oh, I used to date him." And I said, "Oh, I thought you told me the guys that was there, anybody could talk to them." "Oh, yeah, but then she had a problem with it." And then he was like, "Yo, she be doing stuff like that." He was like, "She act like she don't want me. Then she act like she cares. She would do something like that." She told me that, I could talk to anybody that came through the house. And then it's all of a sudden, being that it's me, it became a problem. And then so what I didn't like about our friendship, instead, she didn't come to me. In my face, she was like, "Oh, it's cool." But behind my back, she was talking shit about me.
Oh, wow.
Like, "Oh yeah, so you're gonna talk to her." She wasn't really talking shit about me. She was more so like shaming him because he was trying to go out with me. "Oh yeah, you gonna go out with her, so what y'all doing? Oh, for real, where y'all at?" But you made it seem like it was okay, and then all of a sudden you got a problem. Then that's when I noticed some people just have mental issues and they crazy.
You know, I actually...
and they drink and they get a little weird.
They definitely do. But you know, I actually, and I personally experienced in life, some people are just so unhappy within themselves, and when they see a glow around you from wherever it's coming from, they just don't want the glow.
He was just a hater.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I just personally don't see how somebody could offer up somebody and then now they saying that they don't want them. But you know what I really realize is that some people just don't want to see you happy. Like, it doesn't have anything to do with their actual preference, because they could actually genuinely not want the guy, but because they see the guy taking interest in you and you're smiling, now they're like, oh well shoot, well maybe he is a little bit cute, you know what I'm saying, and maybe he is this and all this other stuff.
Maybe he's not as bad as I thought he was.
Yes, you know what I'm saying. Well, why didn't I like him? Because she seems to like him now, and don't.
Maybe I need to get our glow back.
Yes, God forbid you actually sleep with the person and girl, let me tell, it was good. Really? I thought it was small. Oh, you had sex with him? Now all the beans have spilled, and then now you become coochie cousins.
Yeah.
That's
and then when
happens.
you become coochie cousins with somebody, you want to make sure they 100% stable and secure.
Yes.
Because if you're dealing with somebody that's insecure, then that's just a spiral out of control, and then they're gonna go around and paint you as the bad person and the friend. They ain't gonna tell. You ever notice when people tell stories, they never tell the beginning or the whole story? They just tell the part that was messed up for them, and then they take that and drag that all the way out. No, tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Yeah.
In this court of law, this court of life.
Yes, and this, but you know what I really actually started to notice as far as with women in life, a whole lot of them would really, I think that women are connected to other women, and like they're like, well, if she can do it, I can do it too. And they just want to be competitive. It's a competitive thing. Like I cannot get over that enough. Like, some people would just say, well, just try mines too, you know, just to see how it is. Like, you ever have a friend, you cook, and then your man comes over, and let's say you roommates. Let's say just a scenario, you roommates with one of your friends, and your dude comes over, and you told your friend, who's your roommate, your man's favorite meal, and then your friend goes and cooks that meal for your man, and then your man loves the meal. So now you looking at this girl like, this bitch just cooked my man's favorite meal.
I've never had that happen. Oh. That's a little far-fetched. Have you experienced that?
I have experienced I'm gonna say third party
they
experience.
Cooking your food?
But you know,
your favorite dish?
Yes, people will overstep their boundaries just to see exactly how far you let them go, and that also has something to do with your connections with the friends. That's how you got to know exactly where you stand with people, because some people was never even really your friend.
Yeah,
they just are acquaintances who happen to be around all the goddamn time.
Absolutely. And then sometimes, you ever notice that you can have friends for different things? Like, I can have a friend that I want to be holy with. I got friends that are acting friends. I have comedian friends. I have traveling friends. I have different friends of all walks of life. Whole friends that you want to just be like, hey, I know
need to
that,
be like you then.
I know that at 11 o'clock at night they gonna go out, and they ready to stay out until 11 o'clock in the morning. Like, you know what I mean? They out for whatever, they down for whatever party to hang until all night. Like, you got friends for different things. And some of the friends that I go out with, that I may be like, hey girl, I know you'll get up at 2 o'clock in the morning because I just found out about this Chris Brown party. Well, maybe he wasn't a good example, but just because I just found out about this party,
some party,
you know what I mean, you want to come. And then they like, yeah, girl, they get out their bed, hurry up, put on their lace front wig, and be out there at 2 a.m. in the morning. They'll be ready to meet you at 2:30 in the morning, because they ain't never gonna turn down a good party. But then I also have friends that are like people I talk to every single day, and they're like, nah, girl, they're not even gonna answer the phone. They gonna call me the next day, you okay? Or they gonna text me, you good? To make sure that I'm not about to die. They not entertaining no party. I know not to even come at them with that. But that other person who I know I can't entertain with a party, I know that they're gonna have my back throughout life, and they will never cross certain boundaries. But the girl that I go out to the club with every day, that you see me partying up with or whatever, I don't know if I can trust her.
Right.
I'm not gonna take that bitch to the airport.
Oh,
Taking somebody to the airport, back in the day, it used to be more of a casual thing. Mm-hmm. Taking somebody to the airport now is a more intimate friendship.
It definitely is.
It's like, I love you.
Yeah, I love you. If you, especially if you live in LA. Yeah. I live in the Valley, and if I drive you all the way to LAX, I love you. I would rather pay for your Uber. Yeah. But I'll tell you, what time is your flight? Well, I mean, you want me to call the Uber?
I'm like, your credit card don't work?
Yeah, you want me to cash app you?
Well, you better stop having sex with men for free. Listen, if you can't get to the airport. It's time.
That's
it's time for you to sell a little pussy.
That's that free pussy that's been on sale. And it's just, it needs to have a tag on it as of now. Yeah. But I think that's when all women go through their whole phase. I believe all women do have a whole phase. I think some women just don't know how to get out of it. I think that's
Would just. You say some of them in there like Inception?
They like it. I like this.
Or like a sunken place on
Get Out. They're like, I like this.
They need somebody to tap a spoon to
that's when you
coffee cup.
Yeah, like I definitely, you have the friend who's like, I don't care if this guy has a girlfriend, I'm gonna fuck him anyway. He's not, you know what I'm saying? So those are the friends that you might be like, maybe that one, when she get a little too drunk, she can't come over the house. You know what I'm saying? But then you have your other friends who know how to control you when you're drunk. So you're like, okay, well, she could come over because I think that she, you know what I'm saying, everything will be cool. It's definitely levels to it with friends. But what's the biggest thing on the internet right now is on, what is it? I get all of the shows mixed up. It's Housewives.
Yeah,
right?
Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Real Housewives.
So Portia is married to one of the cast members that she said was a friend, Phelan, and she said that was her friend on the show. She went to her house, but if you notice when she went to the house, that was her first time like being in the house for the show. And anybody know anything about reality TV, that you have to be introduced by another cast member, right? You don't just pop up on the show like, hey everybody, it's somebody saying, hey, volunteering, I'll be her friend, I'll introduce her to the show. That doesn't mean that you're friends. But I feel like in that type of relationship, being that we work together now, I feel that's more so, I would put that in the lines of a close friendship. Like I said, it's strangers, acquaintances, right? And then so being that Phelan came on the show and she had only interacted with two cast members, them other cast members are now strangers to her, right? Mm-hmm. But the time she meets them, then they become acquaintances. And then if they start to hang out and go to lunch, then they move on up to casual friends. If you come into somebody's home, then that's like a close friend. So I think it is levels to it. Definitely. But I say that it depends on what type of friends, because I don't expect that much loyalty off of a castmate friend. I don't. Just a castmate, not somebody that I entered the show with, but that I met on the show. I don't know if I would put you at close friend, even if we do close friend type of stuff, because you're a castmate. It's like certain type of friends that I don't trust. It would be the castmate friend, it would be the church friend, and it would also be the club friend. I wouldn't trust them three. And I said the church friend. Yeah. And I'm sticking by that.
Why the church friend though? I have to know. Why the church friend?
They fall in the category of hoe sometimes.
They're definitely hoeing on Saturday, and then they're praising on Sunday. Majority of them actually are.
I mean, the older people in church, they be good, but them younger ones, young people don't really go to church like that no more. So if I
stopped going to church at 16. Yeah. So I'm not even gonna lie. I stopped going to church at 16. I don't know when the last time I've been. Yeah, I keep it
at a funeral. I've been to a funeral.
Oh, for funerals for sure. Unfortunately, most definitely. But,
and I sung the songs. The Negro spirituals in there,
I think you kind of have to. It's kind of like once you get in there, it's kind of like, okay, they looking at me. Come on, shh, be quiet. It's like
you ever go to church and you don't know none of the songs, and you be like, God,
you just start humming. All you gotta do is start clapping, and once you start clapping,
amen.
Yes,
that's how you know somebody in church got the Holy Spirit. They got the Holy Spirit if they don't know none of the songs in church, because they perform those same church songs every Sunday. And if you don't know them, that means you're not a regular, and that means you might be a hoe. Or a heathen.
So or all the hoes know all the songs, because them ladies be up in the pews, they be up in the chorus, they be everywhere. So I can't speak on that.
Fellas, if you're looking for a church girl and you take a girl to the church, let her guest spot in the choir. If she don't know none of the songs, if anybody, that ain't her home.
If anybody is watching this or listening from my church family, I'm not speaking on my church, so make sure that it's not the church family that I grew up in, because they're like, oh, you talking about us, treasure? No, I'm not.
I mean, if the shoe fits,
look, you gonna wear it.
Yeah.
I personally stopped going to church because of all of the judgment, though.
Yeah.
Like, it was just too much judgment for me. I was like, this is just too much.
Yeah, because I was just mad that, the pastor wanted me.
My pastor was definitely married.
I got sick of turning down people at the church. Like, no, thank you. I got sick of all the like people hitting on me. I felt beautiful at church.
My conversation was very uncomfortable because at that time I was a stripper. So like everyone used to be like, oh, that's.
But how did they know you worked there? Somebody had to see you down there, right?
Exactly.
How did they see you down there?
I said that. I said, how did y'all know? But y'all sitting and talking about me, be like, oh yeah, that's Annie grandchild.
Yeah, who told you?
Yeah, exactly.
Because they was there. Because I ain't wear my stripper
I saw
outfit
that
in
Cadillac.
public.
I saw that Cadillac. The Deacons was down there.
Because everybody know all strippers change at their job and wear regular clothes out in the parking lot.
And leggings.
Yeah, so
that's what you're leaving out in.
So who saw you? You need to question that person.
I used to leave out in scrubs. Shit, I used to leave out in scrubs. You think I'm coming from night shift?
Okay,
Shoot.
I work at the hospital.
Listen,
I'm in here saving lives.
every night, pretty much at that point in time.
Yeah, but pretty much, I think it's circumstances on every aspect of life. It really is. So when you say, would you date a friend's ex, I think it just depends on the circumstances and what you and that person, your relationship, and how comfortable they are, or what if the friendship still exists. I do know other cultures though. Mm-hmm. Particularly white people. I don't know any other cultures, but just white people, they hook their friends up with people that they dated. Like, you know what? I think Ken would be awesome for you. And that doesn't mean that it's some white women that be like, no, that's crossing the line. That is absolutely not okay. But I've seen and experienced someone be like, and you be like, oh, okay, how do you know him? Oh, I used to date him for like 3 years, girl. He is absolutely amazing. It's like,
that's weird.
So now we coochie cousins, ain't that weird?
Now we coochie cousins, but that's weird. That's super, super weird. I do believe though that we're sitting there, we're putting all of the blame on the women and what they actually do, and we're sitting discussing this. I want to know, what do you feel as though, can you have sex with the same person that one of your friends have had sex with and remain friends with the friend, even though, let's say, you're not dealing with the dude, or even if you and him
cheated together, or if she's know about it?
Both scenarios.
Well, now, if you cheating is a whole different another topic, right?
Right.
So that's just being low down and dirty.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's just low down and dirty.
That's when I would go to church on Sunday.
So what if it was known and it was something, it was a collaboration? So do you stay friends with that person, or do you disperse friends with them? Do you stay?
I mean, it depends on how everybody is comfortable. So a situation that happened to me once, all right, it was another two. So my homegirl in college, we used to be roommates, and it was this guy. I ended up running into him a couple of years ago, like 2 years ago, right before the pandemic. But he went out with her. He just literally went out with her. Mm-hmm. And I think they kissed on the lips. He said they didn't. She said they did. They never had sex. And she was adamant about me not going out with him. Oh, girl, he liked me, because she was just a hater, too. So it was just like, yo, dude, I stopped going out with the guy. I didn't go out, and I met him on totally different terms, never with her interaction, but she found out I was dating him, and she had a problem with it. But we were roommates, so it's like, how much conflict do you want to have? Right. But it's like, you guys never had sex. Why are you holding on to that soul? Free that soul. Free him.
I think intimacy is what really locks it in.
Yeah.
So if there was actually no physical intimacy, and kissing really don't count, because you kiss your grandma and your grandpa, like you kiss your friends. Mm-hmm. So I don't really think that would count as crossing the line.
Well, to her, it meant major. She was the type that always wanted to like hold on to people and hold on to things. You know what I mean? So to each his own. So I remember I was dating this guy, and he was spending a lot of money, and I knew my time was up. I knew it was up, and I tried to hook him up with my homegirl. He didn't like her. Mm-hmm. But if it was you, and I was like, yo, this guy's spending a lot of money. He was married, so he can't be neither one of ours. Well, my time is up, so I want you to win too.
I've definitely done that.
I don't want to go out with my friend and I'm the only one with a Louis Vuitton bag. Right. I don't. So if I could help you, we could tag team the same dude, and you could get your Louis Vuitton. Now we can go out with Louis Vuittons and look like a team. Versus, the starting player and the bench warmer. You know what I mean? I want us to look like a team.
So that's exactly where it comes down to, where your relationship is with your girl. So like, we can go and tag team somebody because we cool with it. We already know, look, he's the mark. I mean, we're getting him. That's what it is. So
we need to have a conversation, though.
Exactly. We need to have a conversation. We need to know what the boundaries are. We need to know exactly what can go on.
Yeah, ask me what's up with him. How do you feel about him? Y'all, what's cool? He spend money, you think he'll spend? Whatever. We need to just have a conversation. If I tell you no, you got to respect it. If I say okay, then it's cool. I got to respect that I told you yes. So don't matter what he spent on you, I have to respect that.
Yeah, but that's how you, but then.
Because I'm mad that your coochie got you a condo and my coochie just got me the Louis Vuitton bag, so now I'm pissed.
Nah, but see, and my coochie could get me the Louis Vuitton bag, and then you wanted to know why your coochie didn't get you anything. So now, so I've actually personally been in a scenario where a girl said that she had met a dude. She was in a relationship when she had met the dude, but they became friends. They was cool. So she hooks me up with him. So I mean, I was like, okay, well, I like him. He's cool. We get intimate. He's spending money with me. I go out of town. Then I find out that she went and she found him, because the stripper life back then. She went and found him and slept with him, and then came back to me and said, "Oh, I didn't know that you were serious about him." Me and her, of course, are no longer friends now, because that was definitely crossing the line. And for one, she didn't even actually come and tell me. Like, if she would have came,
that's what I said. We gotta have a conversation.
Yeah, we gotta have a conversation.
And you should already know your friend up front to know if certain things are gonna be cool with you.
Yeah, too many of them are hoish.
Yeah,
that's it. Hoish qualities.
Hoes gonna be hoes.
They are.
But a hoe. It's hoe red flags as well.
Yeah,
you know a hoe up front. But hoes are fun.
You like to have hoes around.
You like hoes, and hoes are fun, so you accept them. But you gotta always know in the back of your mind that hoe gonna cross you.
Yeah, like
she gonna cross you.
When you get like how you said, when you got the friend who wanna call you, it's a couple niggas with us, girl. Come on, you come, okay, and you might not be the hoe, but you might be feeling like being a hoe tonight. Yeah, so it just may be.
Like you said, we all got hoe days.
Or you could be like Portia. You might want to be a hoe wife.
Hoe wife.
Yeah, a hoe wife.
A hoe wife. You see how that just a hoe?
Yes. And with a church hymn. And then added the hymn to the daggone, to the hoeing. Yeah. After Saturday on Sunday.
Well, I think this was a great conversation.
I think it was
we already agreed that dating a friend's ex is optional, depending on the circumstances. Yes. So, with that being said, I'm Daphnique Springs, Treasure Thompson. Tell them where they can find you, girl.
You can find me on all social media platforms at Ms. Treasure Gems. That's MZTREASUREGEMZ.
Yes, and she got merch and everything. And content. So make sure you guys check her out. Thank you very much for watching Unapologetically Daphnique Podcast. I'll see you next time. Make sure you go to my website, www.imdsprings, and make sure you subscribe.